Good morning, Pan-African Nation. Good morning, Pan-African Caucasian Nation. Good morning, Pan-African Nation. Good man, Pan-African Nation. Good morning, Pan-African Man Nation. I don't know, I stole that from Dr. Umar, but anyway. Good morning. Hyde Park. There is no way, if you involved with current events, if your life is involved with following the media and understanding what the media and top stories of media, there's no way to not have had the conversation with either yourself or with a friend about Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. And as much as some people have mixed feelings about it, and I say, it's easy for somebody to say, what mixed feelings about what? He was doing this, he was doing that. But there are also people that know a different person. And for some reason, that's the only memory or thought they want to have of that person. Myself in particularly, I did not have a relationship with Diddy or Sean Combs or anything like that. But I do know, and this is where I guess the Dr. Heckle, Mr. Hyde thing comes in. I do know that, like, what I know of him, and my experience has always been on some business, cheerful, happy, good time. And I've had experiences of being around his family, with his colleagues' families, and have a different relationship with him. Not to say anything he's done hasn't been heinous, hasn't been despicable. A lot of things have been heinous. A lot of things been despicable.
Damn!
When I think about all of that, and it makes me think about, and I think about the kids. Some people can say they're adults, but he also has young kids. I think about that, and I think about some of the lifestyle that my father chose. No, he didn't buy 1,000 bottles of baby oil. No, he wasn't beating chicks and no shit like that. But he did choose a lifestyle that didn't give him opportunity to create relationships that he had with multiple kids. I remember when my dad used to throw go-go's at this place in D.C. called the Washington Coliseum. And at the time, this is way, way back in the day, you had 3 top go-go bands, Trouble Funk, EU, Rare Essence. But no promoter could put all 3 of them on one bill. It would either be EU and Essence and Trouble, but you never had the top 3 go-go bands in D.C. in one venue. My dad was the first person to do that at the Washington Coliseum, and I remember that because me and my good friend Andrew Fields, we used to work concessions. And people was like, oh, you get to get the Coliseum, man? Who you know? I was like, my father run this shit. And we would go sell our concessions and stuff, and after it over, we would go check out the bands. And I remember this vividly, and y'all will understand why I'm sharing this story. But I remember my mother, who also worked concession, she came and she said, Donnell, they looking for your dad. And when my mother said they looking for your dad, I knew they wasn't looking for, first off, I knew who they was. And this before it had anything to do with the LBGT community. They was Popo. They looking for your dad. And I also knew that if they looking for my dad, they don't got him, he on the run. And I don't know if anybody's have had that experience of a situation that hits you as a child immediately, and you say to yourself, oh shit, I might not ever see my father again. I might not ever see my father again. And my heart goes out to those kids. And you can say whatever, well, he was doing this and he was doing that or whatever. But it's still some kids involving some parents. And that's why I encourage people. And I'm not saying I live a life like I'm a innocent mother. But this could be a check for some people to realize what really is the most important thing in your life. And I will say, I'm pretty sure if you under the influence of some heavy drugs, you don't give about none of that. But sometimes you got to get to a point. You're going to get to a point where you have to reflect on what you did. And is it too late to ever change your ways? Have anybody on this live has shared the experience that, like I had when I was younger, not knowing when they're going to see their dad, and also their dad not in their life? Who up? We up? Who sleep? They sleep. I'm going to invite some people on this live, but the people I want to talk to that have that story know how it felt and how did that affect their childhood up into adulthood. So if you want on the invite joint, I hope you got something to say. Just want to. It's a different angle, a different situation I want to talk about.